Hi, I'm Alan, and welcome to Alan's Lego World. This is my latest mock for my Lego city, and this is going to fill up the last of the gaps in my city. This is my version of the Home Depot store, because I realized I need a hardware store in my city, and I shop at Home Depot frequently, so I might also do my version. So I use HD. That stands for Home Depot. Then you notice throughout the build I stuck with the orange as traditional colors for Home Depot stores. And made it look like they painted a tan line on top of the gray. And made this like the, let's say, contractor's entrance or delivery entrance for the lumber yard, which I'll show you in a moment. This is the main entrance right here and exit. It has like orange campy right there. Help indicate that. I just have tan bricks with a bunch of the round ones here in the middle to represent a round post or something like that, we want to call it, on this, and on the sides right here and right here. And I selected the same window pattern throughout the entire build, except for the first floor. I used 1x2x2 side panels for the glass to represent the windows. Because I wanted to use the 1x6x6, but I didn't have any of the clear windows. So that'll have to do. And then 4 stories high. The storyline is the Home Depot that rent the entire building because they want the space. And they rent the roof as well because they want to do the garden center on the roof, which I think is appropriate. So let's go over this in greater detail, floor by floor. Alright, so there's an elevator here that leads up to the floors. And to start with, I made a couple cards representing orange, like they use in the stores. And then I have 2 self-checkout registers with Sunday staffing. And when I did the staff, I mean, Lego doesn't make figures with orange aprons, so I used the torso from the apartment building set that came out a year or so ago in part of the convenience store. But I took the rubbing alcohol and Q-tip and erased the 24/7 off best I could. You might see a few gaps and errors here. That way I'm sticking to the minifigures wearing orange as part of their uniform. So he's right here eating the self-checkout. You got this gentleman right here buying some lumber. So I made the first floor like a little lumber yard and building material. We got representing insulation foam, various foams in various colors. And I used the plates or puzzle to represent the various pieces of lumber. So then, since Home Depot is supposed to have concrete floors, I kept everything the dark stone gray for concrete. Then I built this here of the dark tan because I discovered without it, these walls down to wobble and become unstable. So I use that for support for the first floor. So now let's move on to the second floor. So the second floor has a couple windows for sale, as well as some cabinets. You got somebody from the police academy looking around at cabinets. They're thinking about what they want for their future house and how they want to do their house in the future. They're looking for ideas and pricing. Then this is where I have the plumbing section. I have another tank right here, a couple toilets, sinks, a stand-up sink, a model one, bathtub, a couple hot water tanks, and some faucets right here. Anything plumbing related, and as well anything that's plumbing related, we'll say these are pipes. So this is the second floor. Let's move on to the third floor. Okay, the third floor, this is my paints and electrical supplies floor. You notice on the wall right here, I have a color pattern I use various tiles represent colors. And right here is a paint mixing station using the current technology. Here I have paint rollers for sale on the shelf right here. On the wall right here. Then this one here I have the various colors of paint. Like these right here with the tip on top. I'm using these represent spray cans, and these representing gallon paints. And I have various colors throughout. Then we'll see these are all the electrical tools they're using. I have light bulbs, a couple lamps, I have electrical panel. We'll see these are wires, and we'll say these are like big gallons of paint, and a couple of electrical cabinets. That's the electrical panel they got for sale. So this covers floor number 3. Alright, this is the 4th floor. It has the garden tools, some janitorial tools, and yard tools, and hand tools. So start off right here. This gentleman here is inquiring about this chainsaw. They think about purchasing. There's a Ryobi brand. Here you have a lawnmower. You have a couple of buckets here on the shelf. You have a tool chest, a wet dry vac. Over here we have boxes of various yard tools. Let's say weed whacker, lawnmower, so on and so forth. Some garbage cans. They stack on one on top of another. And here I have various hand tools. I'll turn this around. You see more of the hand tools on this side here, and brooms and shovels, some janitorial tools. I'll move this out the way. You can see right here. A saw, mop, the hand tools, some scissors, like prunes or shears, a couple of brooms and a brush that they can clean. Over here some more shop tools that I've saved from previous sets. So I made use of them. And then we have a couple of axes still, a couple of wrenches, a couple of shovels. And then this covers the 4th floor. And the roof is where I have the garden center. So I made this where this comes up right here. That's the rooftop. And then another employee about to attend the plants. So check them out, make sure they're all alive and kicking. See which ones need water, which ones don't. I'm going to have to cut a couple of dead leaves here and there. But that's the garden center. They sell lots of plants. Lots of various plants here and they come up with. You have a can for watering. They have a couple wheelbarrows to sell. Yes, they're locked up so nobody steals them. Standard procedure for some hardware stores. I made a glass panel all the way around, and then entrance. They'll stuck with the orange doorknobs to represent the colors of Home Depot. And this building looks like it was built, I say, in the early 20th century. It's put the rooftop garden on top to have a garden center, because what good is having a big box hardware store if you don't have a garden center? So let me put this on and I'll give my final thoughts about this mock. Overall, I like the design. I mean, in a way, this represents New York City in a way, because a lot of places in New York, businesses are either stacked 4 stories high above ground or 4 stories below ground, or ground floors above ground. And this one to represent the Home Depot, rent out the entire building. So they can max out space so much as they can with the space they have available. Because in New York and some parts of Chicago, space may be tight, and businesses have to make do with all the space they can get. I selected my same style solid parent, but this time I built all the way to the end of the base plate. I know it was on a 16 by 32, but originally this will be on 32 by 32 with another building, but I decided to separate the buildings for more flexibility. Besides, other building I made, not that important. I can always go over it in another video if I choose to do so. So, I like how this building turned out. I'm glad I got it done. Now I'll show you how it looks in the Lego City. Alright, now it's placed in my Lego City. I'm now satisfied with the locations, corner buildings, so they make it a few more foot traffic, and it's next to this building here. So basically, it's a coffee shop and apartment on top, nothing in the middle, but I'll go over on another video in the future. Meantime, this is where it's at. That's why I like it. Then, this will finally make this city full of buildings. I'm waiting forever to finish up the gaps here. I know the art galleries from Luma Bricks is an off non-Lego brand, but I like it, so that's why I bought it. But where Home Depot was at, that was the last blank space I had in my city layout that I needed to fulfill, so wanted to get it done. Plus, I challenged myself to do the parts I had, but I failed it because I realized I needed a few more parts. So went to my local specialty Lego shop, bought some parts, and then had to order the minifigure parts to make the Home Depot staff as close to real as possible. So, but other than that, I may do the parts I have for this Home Depot and the mock right there. I like it. I mean, it was a great process. I'm glad I got it done. And on that note, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel so you see more content in the future. And have yourselves a great day.